Okay. Penny's in the bee yard with me today.
Happy Saturday!
We're getting ready to go out there. Philip's going to take some pictures for us. Currently speaking, it is, what, about 9 o'clock, 9:30? We're looking at just under 70 degrees right at the moment, so should be fine for opening up the hive. Girls will be nice and comfortable. Some mild activity going on. We're not super active just yet. Yeah, we've got some. Oh,
the white guys are more active.
Yep. Hive number 1 looking good. Let's see here. Hive number 2. Hive number 2, not too bad. Looking pretty good. Still got their protectors on. Oh, I'm still seeing some bees coming out of the hives that have lots of pollen on there. So, all right, we're gonna get ready here in just a second and get going.
Smell.
Huh? Can they smell? Yeah. Yeah. That's why you use smoke, because it disrupts their pheromones. If you see any yellow jackets, we're gonna want to smush them.
Okay.
I'm just looking to see, like, at the high entrance right now, just like, I don't see any yellow jackets, so I think we're good. If you want, go ahead and give me just a little bit of smoke over here. There you go. Perfect.
What does that do then?
We're just as we're entering the hive, we're just making sure everybody's calm. You're going to see some earwigs. That's not to worry anything about. Earwigs actually will eat mites. Mites are what gather on the top side of your bees right here.
Mm-hmm.
They almost are like a tick for a honeybee. They're a parasite. So I've already, yep, they're good. They're good. We don't need any more smoke right at the moment. That's not what I wanted to do.
Take them off.
Hey, would you be willing to
Run? Sure.
make me some more frames? I've got the frames, the little frames, these little guys, in next to my, I was going to do that last night and I forgot about it. I need
Oh, so are you stapling them together
10,
and stuff? Not right now.
I
I'm
need
not going
8
to make
frames.
a bunch.
Okay, well,
Well, I'm not going to be able to make them while you're in it.
Huh?
I'm not going to be able to make them while you're in it.
Oh, it doesn't take you long. All right. So, let me just pull out a frame here.
Holy cats, look at all that honeycomb.
Do you see all of this stuff on top?
Yeah.
This is not comb. This is what they call propolis. Propolis is that sticky substance that they will make from tree sap, stuff like that. They use this to basically super glue their hives closed. Propolis is actually used in a lot of health benefits. It is antimicrobial and it's antifungal. So they actually will use propolis in their own bee health care to keep their own hive safe. So that's what I'm wedging apart here, is the propolis that they use to squish these frames together. Go ahead and set your smoker down. Right here on that one. There we go. Go ahead.
Show me your bees, Penny.
Do you see how calm they are right now? They're not smacking your veil. They're just being very docile.
Well, cool.
So right now what they're doing is this right here, this is all honeycomb. So this is capped honeycomb.
That's honey.
This honey, yep, this honey is everything that's ready to go. They're just making like weird comb right now.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna squish that off, but this is what they do when the honey is completely done. They'll cap it, because then it's at the right moisture content.
Okay. And that thing, the same thing?
Mm-hmm. Let me see if I can get one that has a little bit more bees on it.
The grooves that they put in?
Mm-hmm. See how it slides onto this little channel right here?
Yeah.
But there's not grooves down underneath. They all sit on the top edge.
This one's got something that they call wonky comb. Wonky comb.
Crazy.
You see how they're making this weird comb in the middle?
Yeah, and it's a different color.
Yeah. So this is all nectar. This is
Now they're getting pissy.
no, they're fine.
Oh.
They're fine. So nectar is that's undried, uncured, not ready honey.
Oh.
So because that has more moisture in it, if I were to spin just this with my honey, because there's a lot of water in that, if I didn't try to dehydrate out the nectar a little bit to bring it down to a lower consistency, it would ferment the honey.
What about this being down underneath there?
That's fine.
You don't have to take that off?
I mean, you can clean it up, but that one's not bad. I've had honeycombs where, like, when you lift it up, you'll see like a whole slab of honeycomb underneath the frame. That's actually what we took off. That's what we're going to give to Miss Declan. So Declan gets to see this video. We'll send it to her.
Funny. Funny.
So yeah, so that's that. I'm going to actually take this one box off, and we're going to go down just one box, one layer.
You want to hold that?
I'm going to need it.
Glue
Propolis. Yep. And you'll see little dead bee bodies. It's like kind of a casualty of war. So I'm just going to leave these guys to the side.
I'm going to take that off.
Right here is good. Make sure that everybody's in there tight.
Holy shit, look at all the honey. Daphne, this is freaking crazy.
Yep.
How often do you do this?
Usually you should be in your hive at least every 2 weeks. If I can get this out. Tight.
This is a riot.
Oh, what happened to the camera? Camera. Look up, Penny, and see if I get your face. Well, that's better because I can see in your. Focused in on you a little bit.
Penny, would you do me a favor and grab me over on that wall over there? You're going to see that little thing that looks like it's got 2 arms on it. That is going to be a frame rest.
Yeah, yeah.
This one?
Yep.
That little silver looking thingy.
So you got nothing going on in there.
Oh, some of these were brand new that I put on.
Yeah, but that was like a week or so ago, wasn't it?
I mean, I took everything out and I just gave them brand new stuff. So yeah, it's going to take them a hot second, and they may not fill it up.
Oh, we
before.
also don't have there's not that many groceries outside.
Right.
What? Yeah, what do you do?
It's
As fall
late
and
in the year.
winter
Soon I will have to start
That's-
feeding them.
Yep, they're actually basically everything they have in there is for them to make it through winter is all they're doing.
Oh.
You figure bees, the reason they make honey is to make it through winter.
Right.
It's the only reason they make honey.
Right.
Is they're just making food. They're no different than a squirrel
Right.
hiding their nuts.
See
They're
this?
they're
See how much
building.
propolis that is?
Yeah.
So you're basically stealing their winter survival for you to have honey, and then you got to give them other sugars and things like that to make it through a hard winter.
When do you quit collecting honey?
No, basically.
This is it?
Yeah, this is it. You're not going to be collecting past fall. So,
Oh, wow.
Was that a new one?
kind of.
It was. Yeah,
This
what's the other
one's-
side? That was a new one.
So you can see this one's got a lot of capped honey on it.
Uh-huh. And this down here is not?
Nope, not capped.
So you don't do anything with it?
This one is one that my beekeeper friend would say, you know, oh, see that yellow jacket trying to land?
Yep.
Yep. Damn you.
We went down
I
in
don't see. That's why we don't want to leave that open too long, because other things are going to be smelling the honey.
there. Okay.
So
Yellow
we're
jacket's
gonna-
right on top. He just flew
I'm
out.
just gonna.
Keep off.
He flew
I'm just
off.
gonna. We'll do one, maybe
Okay.
one more. So this one is. We'll just show everybody here. So these are basically a lot of the frames that we're gonna leave in there. These are a bunch of the. You can see the capped honey. That's on there.
That's the yellow jacket. got a yellow jacket right
It looks
here.
different than the other ones.
It does.
Yeah, and see, yeah, that's a yellow jacket. That's fine. So I'll let you hold this one.
Okay.
So you're gonna grab it careful. Watch your fingers because I don't want you to. Okay. Now you can look at it.
That's heavy.
See?
Oh, there's that yellow jacket.
That's fine. He's just smelling right at the moment.
Oh my gosh. That's nuts.
Isn't that fascinating?
Yeah.
So that frame it'd basically be, in my opinion, would be ready to harvest because this has got capped honey on this side and very capped honey on this side. So this one's pretty much good to go. This is a good winter resource for them. I'm gonna leave that for them.
We leave this one for them.
Mm-hmm. We're not taking any more of the honey. I've already harvested all the honey that I'm gonna harvest from them.
Oh, okay.
So.
And I see they got a little wonky thing there.
Yep.
Do you cut that off?
They like to make their wonky comb. I do when I can.
Mm-hmm. This is a riot. Holy shit, look at how full that is. How do you keep them warm for the winter?
I've got something called a hive hugger that I just bought. Oh, this is a good one. Okay, this one's heavy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give it to you by the side planes here.
Oh, that is heavy. That is. Oh my god.
There go pan out, puncher, you hold in your
So
belly.
walk up next to Phil. They won't fly off on him because these girls are just being
There we
docile.
Go.
That's nuts. Okay, there's a thing at the, get out of, oh, go out of, no, stay there. Go to camera,
I'm in photos.
right there.
Portrait?
On right bottom. Click that arrow on the right bottom.
I go to the back.
Yeah. Go to Marco Polo. At the top.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, wait a second. And the top one.
This, the
Yep.
penny.
Yep. Click on that one. And then click on back arrow on the bottom right. Now, click on video. There.
Well, can I flip the camera?
Oh, yeah. Right there at the bottom right. Alright, right there. Right next to your chin. Yep.
Alright.
Put it on.
It's on.
Check that shit out! Is that crazy? Look at this.
Flip it the other way. There you go.
This is all
Honey.
honey. Completed honey.
Mhm.
With that white, what's the white cap on it called?
That's just wax.
That's wax. That's the cap. That's how they cap the wax.
This honey, because it's capped and it's preserved in wax, this could stay good forever. It's sealed and protected.
There you go. And
They've
stop.
actually opened up tombs and found honeycomb
Oh my god.
still viable honeycomb that's over 3,000 years old.
That they send them to the afterlife with.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Nuts. Look at how thick this is as compared to this, because this is newer.
It's just sometimes they're hit or miss with which frames they'll be.
Which one they pick.
Yeah. We'll pull out a couple more of these and we'll go open the other one real quick and we'll look at, just kind of see the temperament of the other hive.
And then it just keeps going down from here, the same thing.
So this is going to be a lot of this when us beekeepers are putting in honey. So this box, this big box right here,
Yeah.
this is where the majority of your brood, your queen, all of
There'll be a lot of bees in there.
Lot
And you
of
don't
bees.
open that up.
You can.
We can. When I'm looking for the queen, I have to get down to that box.
Or cleaning out bugs, or if you're
Yep.
looking for
Are there?
mites
Is there a
and that kind of
queen in each box?
Yep.
No, this is one hive.
Well,
One
each
hive, one
hive
queen.
has a queen.
Yep.
So there's a queen in there. Yes.
Yep.
Queen
I
in
only
there,
have
queen
two
in there.
queens.
Oh yeah, that's what I
Two
meant.
queens. Yep. So this is your brood box. This is your,
That's where they're making babies.
that's where they're making babies. This is usually like an overfill for some of the brood, and some honey, some pollen, resources, things like that. They keep their food sources and their resources close by. So before I close them up and winterize them, I'm going to make sure that they've got honey, they've got pollen, they've got everything that they need. I will probably put some pollen patties on the top part
You
of
have
their...
pollen?
Mm-hmm. You can buy them. They're called pollen patties. They're just basically mushed up pollen with some other additives, things like that. So you put that, you lay those out on the top part of your frames, your boxes, and the bees just naturally will come up. They'll eat on it. They'll take it back down to the other bees.
Basically, the higher up is like yours for the storage. Like so, your pork and your porks and things that you don't want in the sausages that you don't want. That's at the very top, and then they're working their way down.
Whatever.
To the best stuff.
Yeah.
So queens and babies, resources for the hives, extra resources, overflow for honey.
And the next overflow over
Yep.
top.
So when I'm putting on my other boxes, so in the winter I will only have 2 boxes. I will have I'll have my queen, because that's less for them to maintain, less for them to keep warm.
Yeah. But don't they eat this?
They will eat some of it, yeah. So I can.
So this box will stay here.
Mm-hmm.
This box will stay
Yep.
here.
This one may go. I'm gonna have to double check with one of my more master beekeepers than me and find out.
But that one definitely won't be on.
No.
The other one.
No. So this other one that I have on very, very top will not be on. So that's that. Let's go open the other hive and take a look at those other bees. This one's been open long enough. We'll put these back kind of in the
We
same.
don't have a yellow jacket out here, do we?
Oh, they'll kill it.
Will they?
I just make sure that I don't have an excessive amount of predators, and I don't try not to put them back into the hive.
With that one so fat, do they not get squished?
They can get squished, so you got to be careful when you put them back in. Because when you do that, it's going to release that pheromone that says attack.
Where's that other one?
It's right here.
Oh, okay.
I'll have you hold that. Because we're going to take it to the other one. Okay, so feel this compared to the other ones.
Well, they're super mellow now. They're not worked up over anything.
That's hysterical. Listen. That's nuts.
They're fanning. This is
is that what they're doing?
This is what they do when they're trying to dehydrate their honey. They're moving air down into the hive. They're ventilating things. This bee could be either drying out honey, or it could be blowing air down into the hive to keep all of the heat down.
Where the wings going? We're putting another one on top of you. Does it get hot over here?
It can. That's why I have these stakes, because when it's like 3+ digits of heat, I try to kind of give them a little bit of artificial heat. So I've got umbrellas that I try to put up for them just to give them a little bit more shade, so they don't have to get overheated so much. It's important to make sure your hive is all squared away. Can you hear them?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I see their wings going like crazy.
Okay. Put these girls back.
And what covers that? Nothing?
No. That's so that they can come up into the inner cover.
Oh, this is the shade.
Yep.
Did you have them shaded yesterday?
No.
No?
When it's super hot, they will all hang out around the sides of the hive, everywhere else too.
Can they go up the side of this? No, they can't.
They'll cling to the side of the box to basically keep their extra selves out of the hive so it doesn't get too hot. So they call that bearding. All right, we're gonna go over to the other hive here, hive number 1.
Okay.
See if I can close this. All right. All right, guys, hive number 1. Why do I call it hive number 1? Because this is the one that I bought for myself first. The other, actually I have in total 3 hives. Currently, I only utilize 2. Philip, for my birthday, bought me 2 hives that are 10 frame, like the other one, hive number 2. Hive number 1 is the only one that I have that's an 8 frame, so they're different.
The size of frames are even different?
Nope, the size of frames are the same. It's the amount of frames that the box can accommodate.
That bee dead?
Yep. Oh, that'd be. It happens.
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow, girls. Ugh. Sorry, ladies. Didn't mean to frighten. So this one had a little bit of extra sugar residue when I was feeding them early spring. So that's probably what they're eating right at the moment. Sugar helps them with their production of wax. So the bees that are able to make wax frames, you have to feed them. Sugar, carbohydrates, basically, to help them. Hello. To help them with their production of that, so that way they can manufacture it. So, and I'm probably just going to take out. Oh, look! They make a little bee bridge. Oh, you missed it. They'll hold hands.
Oh, that's very cool. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go in front of the
You're good. You're good.
camera.
Oh, you're good. I just don't want you standing in front of the hive, because your guard bees will get a little bit more.
Pissy.
Yeah. So this was one that I had taken off. This was originally my, what do I want to call it? This was my honey super. Took all the frames out of that. So this is everything that I just put some extra frames in there. I put this back in there just because we're not quite done yet with hot weather. So I still wanted somewhere extra for the bees to go, so they didn't all have to beard to the outside of the hives.
Yeah.
So this just gives them just a little bit more room to stay inside the hive. So we're going to take this one off and we'll get down into it.
Does it make them a little cooler too?
Up here? Just because there's not as many frames right at the moment. Yes, it does. It's not
More
as
surface area.
It's not as dense. So we're just going to take this one completely off. Go ahead and fill that. That's
just set it on the ground.
Yeah, I'll do it. This is without honey, so you can see. This is what the weight of this feels like.
Oh, they're starting to fill there.
So they're filling out the comb on this one very slowly, and all of that yellow sticky is propolis.
And this here too, and this on the top.
Girls, stay there. Yep.
You need a little.
No, this is actually sugar. They're propolizing the sugar. Yeah. That's just sugar. You can see the white.
Oh yeah.
It's just sugar. They're starting to put propolis on top of it. So
funny.
We'll just take a couple of these out. We'll just take a peek at them. Like I said, we're not really doing anything other than just kind of an observation tour right today.
And then you cover them in the winter with something to keep them warm?
Yep, I have something. It's called the Hive Hugger. I just actually bought the Hive Hugger for this one. They were out there. They just were back in stock. I just actually bought that this morning. So, Hive Hugger is something that an engineer and a beekeeper made together. It has actually like a really good R value to it. It's not the, I don't know, how would you explain it, Philip? It's like pink foam insulation, the foam insulation, but they also have like that tin kind of tape on top of it.
Oh yeah.
To kind of keep everything sealed in.
Reflects the heat in.
Yep. And you're gonna wrap your hive with so that's just wax.
Really?
There's a little bit. You can see they capped just a couple.
Yeah.
So there's just a couple little frames that have honey in
Okay,
them.
what's this guy doing?
Just probably either depositing nectar or girl. The only ones that are guys in here are the drones. I'll see if I can find a drone to show you. A lot of the drones are going to start getting kicked out. Where'd that little thing go?
That's a pretty handy little thing. Good. Good thing this is in the shade. I'd be out here dying.
Oh, it's hotter than hell. I'm hot right now. I'm sitting here thinking I need to start mowing the lawn. This is going to get hotter and hotter.
Yep, it will.
So as soon as you get out of here, I'm going to
mow the lawn. All right.
Listen to them fanning their wings. Oh man, look at that.
So
that's a lot of honey uncapped.
That middle is capped. You can see the nectar on the outsides that they haven't finished yet.
And these are all girls?
These are all girls. All girls. Guys, the drones in the hive really don't do anything. The only thing that drones do is they mate with queens.
Serious?
Yes.
So do they kill off extra guys?
The hive will kick out the majority of all of the drones at the end of the year.
Oh.
Kind of brutal, but they kick them out.
The girls
The girls do. They will clean them out. Say you are too many extra mouths to feed. You got to go die somewhere. The queen has the option of producing a female egg or a male egg. So if she wants to make sure that she still has male bees somewhere in her hive, she has the option of selecting and fertilizing a particular egg to make it into a drone.
So even the bees that go out and get
the foragers,
the pollen and stuff, they're girls?
Foragers, yes. Yep. The foragers are the oldest bees in the hive. They're the most experienced, but they're also the oldest bees. So foragers, it's kind of harder to see that, but like compared to a brand new bee, a forager, like their wings are a little bit more ragged looking. They're not as fuzzy looking as like some of the brand new bees, because, you know, after a while of in and out of, you know, thousands of plants a day.
Is this a dead bee?
Yep, that's a dead bee.
And are all these about the same size?
What's that, the bees?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They look like it.
Ugh. Sorry, I had to wipe some sweat off my brow.
Oh, look at that. That's nuts. These guys have got their heads all the way in there.
Yep.
What the hell? What are they doing?
They're filling up the frame. She's talking about these bees up at the top. You see how they've got their little bodies all the way in? Let's see if I can... oh, we're kind of in the shade a little bit.
In the hole?
Yep. So, she's talking about these guys, how they've got their little bodies all the way in the combs. They're filling them up, or they're making more combs. So we've got this part right here. This is nectar. You can see it's all shiny and beautiful, uncapped. This has a lot of moisture in it. This stuff right here in the middle, this is all capped honey. This is what the bees have determined is good, it's safe. The moisture content is out of it, so this is ready to preserve. So that's what they're doing right here.
That's hysterical to see them like that.
You want to try pull frame?
Sure.
So you're just going to take your little tool here, and you're going to have to kind of break apart, loosen it up. Okay. You can also take this, the J part of it, and lift it like that.
Oh, okay.
So go ahead and do that, and then that's kind of broken off a little bit for you on the other side. Use the J hook, that might be easier in this one because this one doesn't feel like it's quite as bad. Go ahead and just gentle pressure and up, and watch your fingers. We're trying not to smash bees, and we're trying not to, so I always try to lift by the very edges of the frame.
That makes sense.
Lift out. Firm grip with your fingers pinched tight, and then that way when you want to, you can flip it up and look at them.
Oh wow, because they're under it and everything.
Yep. You can flip it around the other way. See how heavy that is? Just that little bit. This is an incomplete, so this is not filled all the way up with
And that
honey.
bump on there, they just keep continuing to fill that?
Yep.
Instead of going to a new spot.
Yep.
Wow. Oh, you can see how it stick on it.
You want to try pulling one more?
I don't want to.
I got it.
I don't want to dick with them.
Try one more.
Okay.
Try this one right here.
Okay.
Try using, so this way with your hive tool,
And then
down, oops, gotta get it down there, now down and now lift, there you go,
that was
easy,
simple enough.
break that apart, put it in there, lift,
great.
Yep. There you go. Now that's broken loose, so you can actually pull it out. Sometimes it'll settle itself, so you can actually grab it right here. You should be okay.
Okay.
Grab it right here, just on the wood part. Oh, that bee just took another something out. It had carrying it. I wonder if I got that on camera. So you can see this is the only part that is actually considered honey. All the rest of this right now is nectar.
Really?
Yep. All that shiny in there, it's still nectar because there's still too much water in it.
Look at that, with his whole head in there. Oh, and I see the pollen on his feet. Her. Girls rule. That's a riot.
You want to try one more?
Sure.
And right now they're being super calm, which is great. It's nice and cool this morning, so that helps a lot to keep them a little bit more docile. If it was warmer, you get hot bees. Sometimes hot bees are pissy bees. This one may not have very much in it. There we go. Let's go ahead and, oh, that one's stuck. Hold on, let me get it.
Is that a bee?
Yeah.
Is that a bee?
Yeah, it got squished. It's alright. It happens. I'm just gonna push her out of the hive. Sorry. Go ahead and grab it right there by the wood. There you go.
Oh yeah.
So there's nothing really on this one. There's just a little bit that they're starting to draw out the comb. So the reason I like to add wax to my combs is because otherwise they make weird comb.
Where do you have wax at?
So basically, like all of the uncapping wax, when you're done processing your honey, you have extra wax. So I take that wax, melt it down, and then I put it into molds. And then when I have to put in new frames,
Molds like this, honeycomb?
I'll take my extra wax and I'll just put it on straight on these, because they come from the manufacturer with some kind of coating, but it's not waxed. So if you take their own wax and you really smear it on hard, they'll take that and they'll actually form it into their comb, so that way, one, it's less for them to have to produce right off the bat. They can start building on top of that, and then they'll draw it out from there.
Wow.
So this is kind of why there's, like, you know, a lot of beekeepers say, oh, you don't need to put wax on there. They'll do it for you. It's like, I understand that,
But give them their own stuff.
I want it to where we're just going to go ahead and put these girls back in. We're going to close these girls up. So we're going to kind of put these together to make sure that we don't have wonky comb, so they can't build out comb where it's going to basically like touch each other. Sometimes that happens where when you're moving frames like this, because you've had frames that are so close together, or they've built your honeycomb out so thick that it actually touches each other. So when you pull your frames apart, it actually rips off part of the capped honey. So,
and they could possibly do that before winter. But at that point, you're not opening it. How many more times will you open it this year?
Oh gosh, I probably will have to inspect a little bit. I might even do one more mite treatment before the end of.
And what's a mite treatment?
A mite treatment is where you take a vaporized, you take a pole, it's like a little rod.
Yeah.
It has medicine that goes on the top cup of it, and it has electrodes that you attach to it. You slide that into the hive, and what happens is when you switch on your electricity, that metal heats up that bowl that your medicine is sitting on, and then it takes that and it actually turns it into a vapor, and it vaporizes the hive. What it's doing is it's a mite treatment. It actually will kill the mites, but it doesn't affect the bees. I think to some small degree it does, just because it's hot vapor, and it's well, that propolis.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's hot vapor, and it's you know, it's disturbing the hive. I did notice when I got done with my last mite treatment that I had dead bees outside the hive. So I don't know if it was just because it was hot, they were too close to the heat and it fried them. I mean, but it can happen. So it's just like,
away from the edge, kids.
Yes.
Everybody go in because the lid's coming on.
Oh, they'll go in. And if you think about it, oh, they'll go in.
Really?
It's all good. See, because it's
Oh, it's raised?
yeah, it's raised, so it's not going to squish them.
Oh, okay.
So just kind of set them up. Put my little rabbit on top.
That was cool.
Keep all of the raccoons, anything else out that could potentially lift the box.
Oh, true.
I'm gonna scrape off this propolis here and give this to them. I don't need it. I might take some of it in. We'll give some of it to Declan so she can have it for show and tell. If they still do that in her school.
That'd be a riot. I don't know in 4th grade if they do or not.
Alright, there we go.
No, they did. 3rd grade.
I tool over back.
Okay, how do we turn off that thing?
We're going to let it run its course and finish smoking out. So
Okay.
I'll probably just, we'll take it to the front yard. I might throw a little bit of water in it. Alright. Next one we've got, we're going to be pouring honey, so stay tuned.